bottom's the same. You cannot compare unless the bottoms are the same. So we're going to convert this fraction, one or both of them. Sorry, let me get this down here. Okay, forget about that symbol right there. You really want them both to be 8. So how do you change the one on the right so that it's a fraction of 8? What do you do to the bottom number?
Multiply it
By?
2.
So you do the same thing to the top number.
So 6.
Yes, and now you compare them.
They're equal.
That's correct. So these are kind of like true false, where you can go through them really quick and think that you've done it right, and they're not.
You look at them deeper, you
Yeah.
have them.
Yeah. So for sure, we already did 4. So let's look at 5 now. 5 is like 3. We're going to have to make a common denominator. So you probably talked about in class about the least common multiple potentially, or the lowest common, least common multiple is right. I'm sorry. So you're looking at 15 and 10. So you go up by 15 and then you go up by 10.
Which is 20.
And then you find where they match. See how they match at 30?
Yeah.
So you want 30 as your bottom.
And what do you have to multiply that one by 2.
That's right.
Do that by, that's 8.
Okay, and then you do the same thing over here.
Multiply that one by 3.
Good.
And that is 9. So
now you can compare. So I want you to, how do I want you to do this? I'm going to draw all 3 symbols. Give me letter A, B, or C as being correct, please.
B?
Yes. Okay, good. Now, how do you say that one?
I was right now.
How do you say that one?
Larger than, so.
This is less than.
Oh, really?
Yes. So you have to remember these symbols. Yeah, this is going to be confusing. This symbol means less than.
And the other one's larger than, the other one's equal?
Use greater than.
Greater? Okay, greater than and then equal.
Yes, equal you already know really well. It sometimes is helpful to put numbers in. 1 is less than 2. 5 is greater than 4. That might help. I'm not sure. You're going to have to, though. This has like, and what you don't want to do is keep mixing them up, because then you'll never get them down. So
they look sort of the same. Like you could do 2 is greater than 1.
Yes. But you have to read it left to right. You have to read these left to right.
Okay.
So your teacher probably showed you, like, if the pointer means less than. Sometimes they draw fish. I don't really know what they do. Pac-Man. I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff, because I don't think it's very helpful for me. But for you as a student, you have to find a way to remember these really well.
Okay.
Okay, now let's do 6.
Okay.
Again, you're going to want to find the least common multiple between 12 and 30. So you always start with the smaller one until you pass the other one. See how I finally passed 30, 24 and 36 passes 30. And then you go to the other one, now 60, and then you go back to the other one. So it's back and forth until you find one that matches.
And 60.
Yes.
You multiply 1 by, I guess you have to multiply 12 by 5.
Right.
Okay.
So times 5, so this is 35. The other one's times 2.
20.
So your symbol is correct, but now you know why.
Yeah, no.
Or you can justify it. I mean, you can get a lot of problems right by guessing. You just can't get.
You just don't know how you got it right.
Yeah, and that's no good.
Yeah.
I even cover that as an SAT, ACT strategy. How to guess, when to guess, because you don't want to guess. You feel weird.
Yeah, you want to be more confident.
Yeah. So now you're trying to find the least common multiple between 14 and 9. And again, you start with the smaller number until you pass the other number. So see, I've passed 14. So now 28. Now I go to the other one, 27 and 36. I mean, you can go out. You just want to go out so far that you don't, how do I want to say this? Like you eventually will find it. Although this one's awful. So that back and forth doesn't work great because you sometimes get mixed up with these. So you could just keep going with one for a while.
Yeah.
So now that I'm looking at this again, you end up just having to multiply by the other. It ends up being 9 times 14. So as a last resort, you multiply them together.
Okay.
But you don't want to do that generally.
Because there could be one before that.
Right. And then it's harder to multiply. The numbers get bigger. But so you need that number, and that number is 126. So we're getting close. But it also tells you what you multiply each side by. You multiply the one on the left by 9 and the one on the right by 14.
Okay.
Now your symbol is again correct. Your teacher may be doing something here where they're saying, well, if the top numbers are the same, you do something with the bottoms. I don't like rules like that because there's too many things to remember in math. But it is true. If the top numbers are the same, it does have something to do with the bottoms. I would recommend not remembering that. I'd recommend doing it the way we just did.
Okay.
So for number 9, do the same thing here. This one, you're going to end up multiplying them. So give me the 2 numbers that go in the top and bottom.
Okay. So then, would it be 55
Agreed?
and 36?
Yes. So your symbol is again correct, but maybe now there's a little more clarity about why it's correct. Another way to do this is to convert them both to decimals, but I don't think you need to do that. I think this is using the common denominator approach is probably the best one here. So let's have you do the same thing here. Let's have you multiply the left and the right by the left numbers by 7. And then the right numbers by 41. Which I know is more multiplication, but
okay, well, 41, 2 times 41 is 82.
Good.
7 times 24 is hang on. $68.
Try again. Right, you're gonna line it up. 4 times 7 is 28. Carry a 2. 7 times 2 is 14 plus the 2, 168.
Oh, right. It's right.
Okay.
One.
Now, in truth, you don't actually need the bottom numbers because you know they're going to be the same, but you still should multiply them.
Okay.
It's doing it completely is there's value here.
Okay. All right. And actually, I have added a few things on since
What do you mean by that?
for the order of the greatest fractions from least to greatest.
Okay, before we do that, what is the answer here? Because is
Oh.
it?
It's large. I did it wrong. It's the opposite way.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now the ordering is kind of an extension of what we just did. You have to make them all with the same denominator. So you're finding the least common multiple in number 11 of 4, 5, and 10.
Okay.
So you write a few, and then maybe one stands out when you,
20.
yeah. So you need to make these all 20.
So that's 3, 3, 7. Okay. Are they in order?
Well, give me the numerators, the new numerators.
3.
Not
Sorry.
3, not 3. Try again.
5.
You're multiplying the bottom by 5, so multiply the top by 5.
3. Oh, 15.
15.
15 and 35.
For the next one, you're multiplying by 4. So you had to go from 5 to 20, you're multiplying by 4. So you multiply the 3 by 4.
Oh. Okay, so 15, 12, and then 7.
Well, so what do you multiply 10 by to get to 20?
2. So then you multiply 7 by 2 is 14.
Okay.
So
So
if they were, it would be
which is the smallest of the 3?
smallest is 3 over 5.
Yes, you have to give it in the original form.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next smallest?
7 over 10.
Good. So notice I like to kind of cross them out to know where I'm up to. And then 3/4.
Okay.
Okay, so 12 is almost identical. You have to find the common denominator. So I want you to try that one on your own, or the least common multiple. Between 9, 8, and 3. So let me know what you come up with for the least common multiple of 9,
Oh, okay.
8, and 3.
Okay. Okay. 9. Nine.
Actually, this one doesn't work out very well.
No, I'm a little confused because you have to probably multiply it by a little while. It's not right there.
Yeah, you'll get there. So one of the issues is you might get distracted by the 3 because it's got so many. Not sure. Did your teacher give you any advice on how to do this?
No.
Well, that's not very helpful.
No.
Okay. Well, so the reason I'm leaving the 3 off to the side is we can kind of figure that out at the end.
Okay.
But let me just help here. It's 72.
Oh, okay.
I know it'd take you a while to get out there. How did I know? So one of the shortcuts here is you multiply 2 of the numbers together and you see if that works.
Okay.
9 and 3. See, like 9 times 3 is 27, but that doesn't go. 8 doesn't work with that one. 8 times 3 is 24, but 9 doesn't go into that. 9 times 8 is 72, and 3 goes into that because 7 plus 2 is 9, which is a multiple of
Oh, okay.
3. So now, again, just like the last problem, you got to figure out how to go from 9 to 72 and multiply the 4 by that number. 8 to 72, same thing. So give me the numerators whenever you get those finished, please.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit, but I can do it. Mm,
Do you have any of them for me?
I have 8 and 9. 8 is 9 times 8.
Right. So what's the top number here
So
on the left?
top number would be 32,
Yes. Bottom number,
72.
right? I'm sorry. I meant next. Next verse.
Oh, okay.
It's verse 72. It's already there.
Um,
Times 9, 8 times 9. So 3 times 9.
3 times 9 is 27.
Good. And then 3 times 72 is 24. So 1 times 24 is 24.
Okay. So you order them from, is it from least to greatest? So then the smallest one is the 1/3.
Okay. So our order is 1/3. And then good idea to sometimes to just slash it out or show that it's used up. Then between the next
Then
two.
it's 3/8.
Good.
Then 4/9.
Okay. Let me give you the GCF for 13, and then we'll really quickly talk about 14.
Okay.
Or the LCM, sorry, not the GCF. All right, so for this one, yeah, this one's not good. So if you, the issue here is that there's not an easy way to figure it out, but 4 times 9 gets you to 36, and that works with that one. So it's going to be over
6 times
36.
6 is 36.
Yeah.
4 times 9 is 36. 9 times 4 is 36. Okay.
Okay, so you can figure that one out. The last one here, draw a model to represent 3 2/5. So the idea is that this is a whole, this is a whole, and this is a whole. That's the threes.
Yeah,
And
I figured I did what I did is I went for I did 4 squares,
okay,
each with 5 sections in them.
okay,
And then I put a dot in 3 of them. I filled in 3 of them all the
right.
way.
That's right.
And then I in the last one I put just 2 dots
Okay,
I just filled in 2 of the sections.
that's correct. So 15 is basically the same. Just you're going to use
Okay.
8 for the last one.
I'm trying to figure out the 13. So,
Okay, well, we're really out of time here. I'll put the top numbers in.
okay.
Fortunately, I do have to run here, but it's 9,
Oh.
it's 30, and it's 20 here. So
Okay.
I'll send you the notes here shortly, and you'll be able to pick this up. I really got to run. Thank you so much for letting me help you. I'll see
Okay.
you next week. Hope you get to
Also,
enjoy your weekend.
I thought we ended at 6:30.
It's only 25 minutes. I need a short break in between my
Oh, okay.
lessons. Or I'm no same for you go. Like it's the idea is if I don't take a break for you, I'm not fresh. I got to take a break
Yeah.
for the next person, so I'm fresh and helpful. But thank
Okay.
you. I'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
I know.